welcome to Math 76. We are working on lines and angles. So we have here in part 1, we have 3 different line-like looking objects, and we're going to talk about the difference between each of those. So I've got this one right here. I start here, and I go in one direction. When I go in one direction, it's called a ray. A ray. And then, not a ray, a singular ray. Array is a different thing. Anyway, array, and when we name it, we say, there was a R here, I think. RQ, and I draw a little line over, and then I draw an arrow pointing towards Q, because on my picture, it goes from Q to infinity. And then over here, I've got GF, and this one is a line segment. It's just part of a line. And here I'm going to say F, G, and I just draw a little liney thing over it. Okay? And then ST down here. This goes to infinity on both sides. So this is a full line. And when I write it, I say ST, and then I put a line over it, and then I put arrows both directions over ST because it goes to infinity in both directions. So those are our 3 things: array, line segment, and a line. Okay. Classify each pair of lines as parallel, perpendicular, or intersecting. Okay, here we go. We've got lines AB and CD. Now I noticed right here, I've got this little sharp corner thing, and that tells me that they are parallel or they meet at a right angle. So if I write it, I'd say A, B, now these are lines, they go to infinity, is perpendicular. We use this little symbol. You don't have to know these symbols for the test. I'm just showing them in case you take another math class and another teacher uses them and you are ready to go. Is perpendicular to CD, and I draw my arrows above that, and there we go. What about number 10? Number 10, when I look at it, this to me, I don't know for sure if it's perpendicular or not, but it doesn't tell me. I don't have one of these things on there. I don't have one of these sharp angle things. I didn't draw very well like this. I can't draw it very well because it's not really a right angle, but I don't have one of these. So if I don't have one of those, then it's not perpendicular. So this is just intersecting. Okay, and then E, F, and G, H. Well, they're definitely not intersecting or perpendicular because they don't cross. And it looks like if they went on for infinity, they would never cross. So I've got E, F. I draw it with my arrows above it. And I use this symbol, parallel. 2 parallel lines is parallel to G, F. Also a line with the little symbols above it. 13, again, I don't have one of these. So since that's not there, these are just intersecting. Okay, intersecting. Use the 3-letter form of identification to name each angle. Okay, I'm going to zoom in so we can see. Got T, O, B, and A. It's a little fuzzy. An S. So I am just interested in this one right here. The points I go through are A, O, and S. So I'm going to write this with my angle symbol. I'm going to put A, I start at angle A, and then I go to O, and I go to S, because that's the order I go in. Or I could be angle, it's not a great angle, so I'll draw it that one more time. Angle, S, I start at S, and then the next one I go through is O, then A. I cannot do angle A, S, O, because that would be like this, and that's not the angle that I'm talking about. So this is not one that we can do. We can only do it if O is in the middle, because when we travel between A and S. We are passing through O. Okay. Classify each angle as acute, right, obtuse, or straight. Okay, number 4. Take a look at this one, or there's no number on it. But here I have an angle, and I'm going to name it. I'm going to say angle AOB is, and I have this little right angle here. So I'm going to say it's right angle. And that's how I would name it and write it. And I don't need to name all of them, but that's just how we would do it if we wanted to. And then we already talked about right angle. So right angle is a 90 degree. Acute is less than 90 degrees. Obtuse is greater than 90. And the way I remember it, acute, it's just so cute, so cute. I just want to pinch its little baby angle cheeks. And obtuse, it sounds a lot to me like the word obese. At least that's what I was told when I was a child, and I remembered it ever since. So I'm looking for a bigger angle. So number 20, it is bigger than 90 degrees, so it is obtuse. Look at 21. Oh, look at that skinny little baby angle. So cute. And this one is another one where it's greater than 90 degrees. If you're not sure, you can always put a piece of paper in the corner and see where if it looks bigger than 90 degrees. It is, so it's obtuse. And number 23, I didn't define it, but straight just means straight. It's all on the same line. And so that is straight. Straight. Number 24, oh, it's so tiny, so tiny. Acute. There we go. Those are vocabulary words: acute, obtuse, straight, right. Okay, some more vocabulary words. Complementary angles. The complement of 32. So complementary angles, I'm going to write this. I'm going to put a little sticky note in here. Complementary angles add to 90 degrees. I don't have the little 90 degrees, so I'm just going to say degrees. So just say 90, okay? But you know that the little 90 degrees is there. I believe you know it's there. I know it's there. Supplementary angles add to 180 degrees, okay? I'm just going to park this over here. Now, the way I remember this, complementary angles add to 90. It's 90 degrees is a right angle, and it's always the right thing to do to give someone a compliment. You have such a beautiful smile. All those things. It's just a right, nice thing to say. It's so nice to see you. All of these things. It's always right to tell somebody nice, something nice. So complementary is 90 degrees, always the right thing to do. Supplementary angles, this is how I remember this one, is there's 365 days in a year. And I take my supplements or my vitamins not very often because I always forget. So like maybe every other day. So I take them about 180 times a year. So that's how I remember them. If you have a different way, go to it. Share it with me later so I can steal it and use it next quarter. So find the complement of 32 degrees. So I need something that complements adds to 90. So I'm going to take 90 minus 32. That gives me 58 degrees, and make sure you put the little degrees on there. Supplementary angles, find the supplement of 110. So they need to add to 180, so 180 minus 110 gives me 70 degrees. Angle A and angle B are supplementary, so supplementary means they add to 180. If angle A is equal to 160, find angle B. Okay, so they have to add to add to 180. So angle A, 65, plus angle B equals 180. And I want to solve for B all by itself, so I'm going to subtract 65 from both sides. That leaves me with angle B is equal to 180 minus 65. That gives me 115 degrees. That's a 5. There we go, 115 degrees. Identify any complementary angles. I need angles that add to 90 degrees or that add to a right angle. So I'm going to look on here, see if I see any. So I'm looking for right angles. I see some right away. I got this one, and this one, and this one. These add to 180. So I could say angle EOD, because it goes from here. I'm going to undraw on here. I have angle EOD, so you can see a little better, plus angle DOC equals 90 degrees. They are complementary. And then I've got another set over here. I've got COB and BOA. Those also add up to 90. So I've got angle COB, angle Cobb, plus angle BOA, angle BOA, equals 90 degrees. There we go. That's how we do it. Same over here on 26. I'm looking for pairs that go together that add to 90 degrees. Okay, I notice I've got already, this looks like a 90 degree angle, 45 plus 45 right here. On this one, these ones look like a winner. Okay, so I've got angle QOC plus angle COP, angle COP, equals 90 degrees. Awesome. Now, if you wrote them backwards, if you wrote POC, angle POC, that would be okay too. And then let's look at our other one here. Got 31 right over here, plus our 59. That also equals 90 degrees. If you don't believe me, you can double check in your calculator. So I've got angle NWM plus angle FRG equals 90 degrees. Those are complementary. Okay, cool. Now I'm looking for supplementary angles that add to 180 because I take my vitamins about half times a year. And let's look. I'm not going to do all of these. I'm going to do some. I'm going to do this middle one right here. ACB and KOL, 60 plus 120 equals 180. So I can write this and say angle ACB plus angle KOL equals 180 degrees. I'll let you do the very first one, 27 on there by yourself. And then here I see on 28, I have a straight line, and a straight line, half of the circle is 360 degrees. I could use that as a cheat, but I also know that 140 plus 40 is 180. So I've got my angles, AQB, angle AQB, plus angle BQC equals 180. There we go. Okay, that was angles and other stuff. Great job, and I will see you in class later. Bye.